I know I'm not going to win, but you go into situations of life knowing you're not going to be the best. But every day you show up, you suck a little less. Consistency is going to get you there. And that's what it is. It's like right after this podcast, I'm going to put on my kit and go run again because it's about consistency. It's not about winning. It's about sucking a little less. And whether you're doing Chippendales, you're doing executive protection, you're an entrepreneur, whatever it is, it's suck a little less.
I don't know that I'd have to freaking, I mean, my neighbor and I built a range right next to my house because we have some land out here. So I started shooting again and getting behind the trigger a lot more. But I'd have to spruce it up quite a bit to get to be in the tactical games and compete, especially on the shooting side, as far as getting those skills back.
But you're physically fit, and I've been watching, like, you've been keeping up. You train every day. You still run. You still get after it. Like, you got to be able to run a 9-minute mile in kid. Like, and you
which
can
I
do
can do like 7,
like, so like
7.5 or so.
Yeah, well, you're still a stud. My point is that, like, I've been training for the tactical games, and it's caused me to, like, really, like, see all these guys. The guy who talked me into it is a guy named Kirk Homer, who's an ex-Green Beret, and he's top competitor every year. Wins almost every year, and he's such a cool human being. I met him at SHOT Show. Talked for me like 20 minutes. He actually is the reason he talked me into it. And sat down with me, talked to him, and was like, "Hey, you need to do it. Don't think about it. Just train for it. It's already a year. You start now." And I was like, "You know what? I'm going to do that." I went home. I'm about to be 40, and I was like, "You know what? I'm going to get into shape, and I'm going to do this. I haven't ran in years. I'm going to do that." And I just started putting myself on a program, and I run and kit 3 times a week, and start driving down my time. I shoot twice a week. I add that to it jiu-jitsu, and that's incredible cardio.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it's just like, and that's one of the things that like, all these things that I've been doing has been on the cultivation of like, that person that I really want to be. I need to work hard to get there. I need to actually do that. And that requires me to have a realistic point of view of myself and say, hey, I'm not that person. I need to be a forever student. I need to be I can act like an SME, a subject matter expert, or I could be a forever student, which allows me eventually to know a little bit about a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I love about, like, jiu-jitsu. Like, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu teaches you every day to suck.
Yeah.
Like, last night I was rolling with 3 purple belts and a black belt, and we're doing Shark Tank. And I'm only happy when I can run out the clock. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm not going to win, but you go into situations of life knowing you're not going to be the best.
Yeah.
But every day you show up, you suck a little less.
Yeah.
Consistency is going to get you there. And that's what it is. It's like, right after this podcast, I'm going to put on my kit and go run again because it's about consistency.
Yep.
It's not about winning. It's about sucking a little less.
Yeah.
And whether you're doing Chippendales, you're doing executive protection, you're an entrepreneur, whatever it is, it's suck a little less. In my core values for my company, I'm the COO of Charlie Mike Protective Services. And right now we're a multi-million-dollar company across 2 different states, and we're about to go into a 3rd. I love my partners. We've worked really hard, and we've been highly successful because our core values are integrity. It's about investing in our people. I make everybody in the company read Jocko Willick's Extreme Ownership.
Yeah.
Everybody, as a requirement when they come right in the company, is because if everything's your fault, you have the power to change. It's empowering.
Oh, hell
people.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And then it's saying have the power to fail. Be okay with sucking. But when you fail, learn and grow.
Yeah.
And that's in our core values. It's literally written in the fabric of our company. It's saying, hey, we are empowering you to grow. We're empowering you to make mistakes. And it's okay. Just own them. And then have some deliverables and teach, say, hey, look, yes, I messed up here. This is how I'm going to change them. And this is how we're never going to do that again. Yeah. Cool. I'm not going to hold your feet to the flame for that. I will if you come in like, well, HR didn't do this, or business development didn't give me that. Then I'm going to be like, I don't think you have a place here.
Yep.
Like, I don't think this is where you belong, because here, what we believe in this company We believe in careers, not just over brokes, or I call jobs.
Yeah.
I hate just over brokes. We believe in careers, and careers are defined by people who are okay with sucking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, entrepreneurship is one of the hardest things you will ever do in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in it. I got 2 companies right now that I'm running. I'm starting one from scratch, and the other one I'm a major partner in.
Mm.
And it's hard. It's hard being an entrepreneur because there's nobody there to tell you to get up and work.
Nope. Nobody defines your
There's
day.
nobody there. Nobody does. I have 4 different notepads at my work, and I work from home half the time.
Yeah.
So I don't have to get up. No one's there to all right, Joey, did you clock in?
Yep.
No, it's how badly do I want to win?
Yeah.
How badly do I want to win? And what it is, and what it means is that I have to focus. I take lion's mane. I do a lot of other things like jiu-jitsu, I do yoga. There's a lot of things that I do to help my brain, to help me stay centered. And, you know, I also do therapy and whatnot. These things that like most men are afraid to do. I'm, you know, we're so as defined as like veterans. We say like, oh, I will run to gunfire. Well, the gunfire is therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Running to that thing you're afraid of. Take the same intensity that you are about running into war and being that combat veteran. Take that and be the kind of guy who's saying, okay, I'm going to run towards being an entrepreneur. Those things that I'm scared of, that idea that I think is really good, that's going to make money. Well, let's create an LLC. Let's get an EIN. Let's start actually doing the process.
Yeah.
Let's do this thing, because the worst that we can possibly do is fail and be back right here where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. But at least we knew, like, hey, we tried.
Dude,
and that's what I think
is literally the words out of my mouth. And I just love that this is your mentality too, because what this is signifying to everybody, for somebody who is very, you know, has created success on his own, is that the fact that like your fears of your goals and dreams because of failure at the worst case scenario is going to only lead you back to where you currently live life. Like, to me, that's
right.
I'm like, when I realized that, I was like, bro, I'm an idiot. I'm like, I'm so dumb.
Like, why are you so scared? You're going to be right here anyways.
Yeah.
With a little bit more knowledge.
Right.
Just so like you learn something, you got some reps on something. And like that, like when you go out to the range, like I had a partner, I bought him out. We would go out to the range and he would never shoot. And I was like, what's going on here? It's because he was always too afraid that he was going to have to show himself.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about a big game about how he could shoot, carried a gun in his waistband. I never shot. And as a company, we go shooting now. I have a shoot team now on my company. We go to shooting events.
Yeah.
And I love these guys. They all like they all know we suck. There are great shooters that out there, and then these guys go as a team. We all shoot as a team. It's really like great for the company because it bonds us,
camaraderie,
and and then we celebrate each other's victories. You know, we help each other work on them. We videotape every single one of them, so we can like critique each other, and we grow. Yeah. Iron sharpens iron, right?
Yeah.
But when you are afraid to put yourself out there, when you're afraid to not do this thing, then you stay stagnant and you will never grow. You will never progress. And that's that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu mentality. It's like, I can pretend to say I took boxing when I was in high school. I could punch you. I could beat you. And you're like, I know a high school kid who literally last night went up one side of me and down the other, and he weighs about 150 pounds, who choked me the hell out.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what people know. And there's a lot of people that are walking around that are dangerous. And the most dangerous mentality is to stay in the position that you're at instead of growing. Because the fact is, you're going to meet somebody who really does do this, who does train, who does go after the thing they want the most. I equate it to entrepreneurship in the fact that, like, you can always talk about, or no, let me back up. You'll definitely resonate with this. How many guys, when they went through Ranger school and you said, hey, I got the tab, you're like, I could have been a Ranger.
Oh yeah.
I could have been Navy SEAL. You know, they didn't want me. I was too good, or I heard bad knee, and we're like, we all had bad knee.
Yeah.
You know, we all had asthma. And, like, we just chose it. I had one guy who said, I didn't join the military because my mom said she would never talk. Well, I turned to him and I said, yeah, my mom told me that too. And she didn't talk to me for like a cool couple years,
Yeah.
but I still did it anyways. Why? Because it's part of who I am. It's like we have so many reasons to keep us where we're at.
Yeah.
It is you that has to project yourself to that future. Do you want that more than being stagnant?
Yeah.
That's what it comes to. Like all the things that I went through, like whether it's Chippendales, war, executive protection, entrepreneurship, all of these things, the reality is this. If you're the type of person who's too afraid to try something, then you're always going to get the same outcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you want to accomplish something in your life, you got to put yourself out there. You got to go and suck. You got to go out there and try new things. Like I'm my thing that I keep bouncing back is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, because it's the thing that brings me the most peace, and I love it so much. I love the tribe. I love sucking because I have this guy who I keep I keep rolling with. This dude, he's like my nemesis. He doesn't know it because all I'm doing is smiling when I'm trying to work these problems. But he's so good, and I can't win.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I roll with him, like I don't get in that position this time,
Yeah.
or now I can defend against this, or
Yep.
maybe he doesn't take me down like he did immediately. I'm incrementally becoming better, and that's what it is. It's like right now in my company, in Charlie Mind, it's like we are incrementally becoming better. We're incrementally growing. I've moved into Las Vegas. We acquired another company. We just finished with that acquisition, and we're incrementally building that stage up. And like none of the partners are taking payouts. Like we all chips in.
Yeah.
We're like, I took my life savings. I didn't buy a house this year. I'm in an apartment. I drive a Kia.
Yeah.
Like I live small. I don't party. I don't go anywhere. I don't have like banging clothes. Like the most I spend is on rounds. Like bullets are expensive, so that's my expenditure. But
they are
but
expensive.
I meal prep and I like I don't have a lavish lifestyle. And I was at a party with a bunch of entrepreneurs, and they're multi-million-dollar companies too, and they're like, oh, what, they were talking about cars, and I said, I drive a Kia. It's 2016 Kia Sorento, and I bought it used, and I'm gonna probably buy another one. And they're like, why? I said, because I like that $300 payment.
Yeah.
Like I don't need my clothes to define who I am. I know that in 10 years I'm going to be in flip flops and a polo shirt at my board of directors meeting, and then I can be in Argentina, or then I can be in freaking in Barbados, or wherever I want to be in life, and then I can live a lifestyle that's great.
Yeah.
But for me, the life and the joy that I'm getting, I get it. I get it through discipline, and I get it through the joy of of this thing of learning.
Yeah.
And if you can be addicted to that instead of addicted to, oh, I need to buy a shirt now, or I need to have that car, that BMW that people go, ooh, I live in Las Vegas. Everyone's got a BMW. It is not that cool.
Yeah.
Like, you know what is cool? Owning your own company and being able to say, I own a multi-million-dollar company.
Yeah.
Or I am chasing after, like I'm chasing after this goal, or I've accomplished this thing. Like, great, awesome. But even then, don't tell anybody about it. Be happy with who you are. Stand in your own greatness, and just be you, and happy that you're solidified it. I will say this, like I used to, those long rides on Chippendales bus, and I get a panic because I hadn't cultivated anything. I was like, if I die today, it's like, cool, I did this awesome thing, but I didn't create anything. I didn't find my purpose, and I didn't become everything that I needed to be yet. And I would get scared. And the other night I was on a plane trip back, and I was doing my square breathing because I still get a little scared when I fly. Um, and I started thinking, like, if I die today, I'm okay with it.
Mm.
And it's just because I've accomplished what I needed to, and everything else from here is gravy. So,
I love
like
it.
for me, I'm okay. Like that's a cool feeling.